My mission is to inspire you to be the best you that you can be. Failure does not exist in a positive mind. Stay optimistic. Greetings and peace be unto you. This is the Inspiration Show EP16. Is technology the death of humanity? Um, Actually, nowadays, many people don't know what it was like to live without technology or without major technology. I actually feel like I was one of the lucky ones or blessed ones, whatever you want to call it, that I got to experience the beginnings of a lot of tech that we have today. I remember not having a cell phone. I remember having no beeper and thinking that was a breakthrough in technology some sort of way. I was explaining to my kids how that we found ways to communicate with each other through the beeper, even though the beeper is really designed for you to get the notification and then have to call from a payphone in order to get back to whoever beeped you. But we put little codes. Like I think, for instance, my building was 81, so I would use 81 as a. Okay, I'm back. Pardon the interruption a little earlier. So basically, my code when I had a beeper was 81. I would use 81, and the reason being 81 meant my building. That was my building number. So let's say I was maybe telling one of my boys meet me outside from my building. I'll put 81. They knew that that's me, and they also knew to meet me in front of my building. Now, let's say I was meeting them in front of their building. I would put whatever their code name is, code number, and their building. If it were the building, just per se. So, like, let's say a person's code was 7, and they were meeting in front of my building. They'll put 7 pound, which I think is a space, something like that. It was pound. I think pound makes a space, if I remember correctly. And then 81. So that would be how you would use the people. Now, as time progressed, technology got better. We went from beepers to sky pages. The sky pages basically was it looked just like a beeper, by the size of an iPhone or whatever like that. You call a person, and you leave an alphanumeric message, which is a text for the little misguided folk. Hold on 1 second again. This is why I don't normally do videos outside too much, because I get distracted by everything. People want to talk to me. Everything goes on. It's crazy. But anyways, I was explaining alphanumeric pager, or the sky pager, was a text sort of thing. You would call a person's service, which is some sort of number they would have, and you call that, and you'll say, for instance, this is Ted. I got a message for John. Tell John, meet me on 42nd Street at 10 a.m. They'll take that message from you, and they'll type it up, and they'll send it to the pager. And then what I said, Ted and John. When John gets the message, he'll see it. Meet me 10 a.m. 42nd Street. He'll see that. So he wouldn't have to actually call back if he doesn't want to, unless the person says, acknowledge that you got this message. Then they'll call back, or I guess whatever they do. Maybe the other person has that same type of messenger too, so they can send a message back. But that's how that would work. And then you also had the straight up text message. That was the beginnings of the text message. That's what I'm getting at here. They had the alphanumeric pager that operated through typing text messages as well as calling. Well, sending the as well as taking beeps. Because some of them didn't take beeps. So no, actually, they all took beeps. Some didn't do text messaging back. So after that, they finally got to the cell phone. The first original cell phone, I don't remember what year it was, because actually, I believe it was out for a long time. Now, I didn't do the whole research on it, but it definitely did not come out when a lot of you think it came out. Like, as far as, like, nowadays. Like, the cell phone didn't just come out now. The cell phone's been out since, like, probably the late 80s. Late 80s, mid 80s, somewhere around that. Maybe even as far back as the beginning of the 80s. I won't even know for sure. But just to give you an example, the original car phone, they used to have car phones. You had to actually have a phone in the car besides having a phone you could walk around with, which was like this big. So you didn't really want to walk around with a phone like that. You know, if you had one of those phones today, you probably look stupid. You know, but you know what's crazy? I bet you that phone got more reception than some of these iPhones and Galaxies and all that. I bet you. You never know. Like this earpiece I have on right here. This has been around for ages. You won't see too many people use this anymore. Everybody's got the dynamic microphone, which I hope to get one day, and things like that. But I tell you, talking through this mic as opposed to just nothing and talking to the phone, this is so clear. I mean, like, the clarity is unbelievable. I know you'll be able to hear everything I'm saying to you. I've tested it out before. But I don't like the whole look of it, though. Because I'm not about to bust some Bobby Brown moves or something like that. No, like something like that. But, what other tech things did y'all not know about? Walkie-talkies been around forever. Y'all probably play with walkie-talkies like toys now, but they actually had a phone called a Nextel that had a walkie-talkie capabilities besides being able to talk on the phone, and it was pretty strong, almost indestructible in some cases. Like, I see people drop their Nextel phones all day long and not worry about it cracking and breaking. All these iPhones and everything else, things breaking like that. I mean, like, no problem. Breaking quicker than a Thanos finger snap. You know, I don't know. They need to make it stronger. Now, how I say technology is basically could be the death of us or is killing us, basically, is now we have even more technology than even 10 years back. But the thing is that we're not using it correctly. We are incorrectly using our strengths. Technology is a strength. But, you know, just today driving around, I see kids crossing the street like that, looking down their iPhones or the Galaxies or whatever, some sort of smart device. You know, and phones ain't cheap either. That's another thing. Like, you know, I know when the first cell phone came out, it was expensive, and then the price went down. But right now, some of these iPhones are touching $1,000 already. And it's like, would you get that for your kid? I don't even want that for me. The phone I'm using right now is an iPhone 7. You know, and I'm probably outdated compared to what everybody else is running around with. You know, people running around with the was it the XR now or the XS? That's probably the new one. I already made a vow to myself. Until they do a total. Oh boy, here we go again. Hold on. All right, it's just like the third time I think I got to break this thing up. Okay, well, anyway, I probably got to bring the ship in because the waters are too rough. Okay, so where was I at? Talking about the evolution of the cell phone, basically. So, you know, from the big gigantic phones, now where has us at where we at today with the the smaller cell phones. Actually, at one time, cell phones had gotten as small as about like that small. They were that small at one point. And then at one point, they were even half of the size of this. But I guess, you know, people started thinking that was too small and it wasn't efficient enough to use. I actually had one. I had one of those small phones that had like a flip to it. And I thought it was cool, but the only bad thing about that phone is so easy to lose. And I think they didn't have insurance and all that like they did now. Like now, you put insurance on your phone, you can virtually do anything. You can lose it, break it, whatever. You'll get a new one. It may just take you some time. So that's the story with that, with the evolution as far as the phones, how they got. But more importantly, we've learned to depend on it too much, to the point where it's like you can't do without it. I mean, like my daughter broke her glass on her phone, and it's like her world was destroyed. She didn't know what to do. She couldn't survive. And I kind of fought myself for buying her an expensive phone, but I wanted us to be on the same page as far as communication and maybe a little bit of technology too, because I'm more Apple savvy than anything else. So I got her iPhone, so I know that we could FaceTime, we could talk, whatever like that, and I can keep in contact with her and not have to worry about how to figure her phone out, because I don't know how it works. But I know how those phones work. Anyway, what I was saying as far as technology messing things up, kids are just too much relying on them. There's been times I used to drive all across country. There wasn't GPS yet. The only people that had GPS was the military. And then if you've seen how the GPS for the military looks, you'd be like, you know what? I'd rather just think about it in my head how to get their actual directions, because I couldn't figure that stuff out. And I was in the military and I used GPS and I couldn't figure that stuff out. I was better off just going on Yahoo Maps, which was around then, it still is now today, printing out my directions and having one hand on the steering wheel. Please don't come get me. One hand on the steering wheel and the other hand holding the directions. And that's how I would get to where I was going. Like that. I just peek at it every now and then. Or actually I'll read some of it and memorize it. I'd actually memorize the route that I was going, so I wouldn't have to read so much. And actually, most recently, all of my phones were down. My phone, my daughter's phone, everybody's phones were down. So I had to go back to the Stone Age, quote unquote, and I had to print out directions on where I was going and do what I just said. I had to kind of peek at it back and forth and see where I was driving to. It felt funny at first, but being that it was something I'd done already, it didn't hurt me as bad as it would hurt some young folk out here or people that have never done something like that. I can randomly close my eyes and pick somebody out here, young driver in these streets. And if I took away their cell phone and told them they can't use their GPS and they can only use these paper directions to get where they're going, or even worse, if I really want to mess them up, I give them a map and actually draw it out with a highlighted marker and show them where they're going on a map, but a highlighted marker. And I guarantee they won't even find their way on a map, because we're not acclimated to none of that stuff anymore. Everything is digital. Everything is, the cars come with GPS in it already now. And then in some cases, let's say they change something about construction or whatever like that. What did it say? The satellite will update. The satellite will update the GPS and give it the most recent map work. And that's what will happen. So then the GPS will still get you where you're supposed to be going. It's amazing. It's a beautiful thing when used correctly, though. I mean, see, the bad thing about everything is that besides technology, we have social media. And social media in the same light can be a make or break situation. But a lot more times than less, the social media is used to hurt us and not to help us. You guys got guys having having quarrels, beefing with each other back and forth on social media. I'm not getting into any of that stuff. I don't care what anybody says out there. It's negative about me. I'm not getting into it. You can say whatever you want to say. I know in my heart what I'm capable of doing, what I'm capable of saying. But I look at it like, why I'm going to let myself get drawn to that arena? If you're all the way over in, trying to think of somewhere crazy, Bangor, Maine. You're all the way out there in Bangor, Maine, and I'm in New York. You think I care what you're saying about me out there? Or are you ever going to really get on a bus and bring that drama my way? Or are you going to get on a plane and bring that drama my way? No, you ain't going to do all that. You ain't about to pay to give or most likely receive what I got for you. So, it's stupid. It's totally dumb. I don't get involved in all that. And I see it a lot on YouTube, on different platforms and stuff like that. I don't even know why I'm talking about this stuff. I just want to touch on it for a second. But anyways, back to what I was saying. We have all technology now. But we have to use it to our favor and to our advantage. And not in a negative sense. Because the way we use it, it's not helping us. It's hurting us. I mean, imagine how social media could help if you used it in a more, say, like a more positive sense. Social media can be operated all over the world. And if we had means to do that, as far as like if we put our message out on social media, a positive message to help everyone or to aid, in some sort of way to fortify their life, not to, bring them down. Because if you've been listening to me from episode 1 now to episode 16, I ain't about that. I'm about building up and fortifying. I don't even want to talk about nothing negative. I'm all about the positivity. Because in light, we basically, if it's not helping you, then most likely it's hurting you. And also, if we're not building each other up, then what are we really doing? Making it easy for take over by negative folk. Not gonna entertain that at all. Get back to the technology thing here. Okay, so you had your. I'm gonna run down the social media stuff now. You had Twitter. Twitter was not first. Twitter was first in the social media. Really interacting. But I think the very first thing that came out. Whoever's doing the research, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe Microsoft and AOL had the first interaction stuff. You had AOL chat. And then I think when that got kind of whack or whatever, then we went to Yahoo chat. After Yahoo chat, then you had Black Planet. You had Mi Gente. Then we graduated from there and went to MySpace. Then MySpace dwindled down a little bit. And then Twitter became on the rise. Twitter didn't really dwindle, but Twitter kind of I guess didn't become so as popular. And that's when you saw the rise of Facebook. And then after your Facebook, then you had Instagram. And then now, I think the thing is Snapchat. I could be wrong. That might be the latest. But that was after Instagram was Snapchat. I know they got this thing called Tumblr. And then there's also, oh man, there's another one that my daughter told me about. I cannot think of the name of it right now, but something else like that. We also, and WhatsApp. Now it's wide open. There's so many different ones now I can't even keep up anymore. But I have a lot of them. I'm on a few of those platforms. But when things first started, it wasn't that wide open like that. Like, I was happy just get on AOL chat and talk to somebody for 3, 4 to 5 months before even thinking about trying to meet them or whatever like that. Now you could talk to somebody and meet them, see them that same day if they got the video connection or whatever like that. With Instagram, Facebook, anything, whatever you talking to them on. WhatsApp, Facebook has it, Snapchat. All of the platforms have ways for you to video chat now, or video talk, or whatever like that. So it's out there. I forgot about Skype. Skype was able to talk to people, in different areas of the world, whatever. I talked to my friend the other day. Guy I was in the army with for maybe 2 or 3 years. I haven't spoke to him or seen him in 17 years. And I called him on Facebook, I guess video thing, whatever like that, the video phone. And he was in a whole nother country. He was in Egypt, and we were talking. I'm here in the U.S., and we're talking. Like the way I'm on this video right now. Like, I mean, clear and everything. I was like, wow. And I even mentioned to him, I said, wow, technology has changed so much and gotten so vibrant and strong that it makes me feel ancient. I feel so old because I remember when everything came about. I remember the first set of that's something I left out right there. The first set of cell phones, when they started making them available to regular folk like me and you, if you're a regular folk, you might be rich watching this, I don't know. They had a prepaid, because prepaid was always around, but it was a little different. They had a prepaid cell phone. And actually, no, I'm wrong. It wasn't that different. It was kind of the same thing today. Like, you could buy the prepaid kit, got the phone in there, got the card for your minutes, and you just keep refilling it. And what else? Of course, the charger and stuff like that. Now, what was different was we didn't have all those different retailers like you do today. Like, you got Verizon got a service, Sprint got a service, T-Mobile, AT&T. Who else? Cricket, TrackPhone been holding on. TrackPhone been around a long time. Like, I remember the only way you even seen TrackPhone was if you was from the hood. Say, TrackPhone wasn't sold nowhere else. But now you can find TrackPhone in Target, Walmart, Best Buy, anywhere. It's all over the place. I still wouldn't get it though. TrackPhone. If I'm gonna get a phone that's, not of that high status and quality, I would get a regular carrier, like a carrier that's known, like a AT&T or a Verizon phone, something like that. Something that, you got somebody's name to stand behind because you know that there's gonna be good service. But I'm hearing that Consumer Cellular actually has got great plans. The only downfall with it is that if you're heavy on the internet use, that it won't really benefit you because they don't give you a lot of gigabytes and stuff like that. But as I go along, as I get older, I'm learning the game. Use that free Wi-Fi. I recommend it. Use the free Wi-Fi. When you're somewhere that they got free Wi-Fi, use it. Don't be shy. Especially people that got plans that you pay for by the amount of data usage. So if you don't have a data package, you got a package that you got to pay for your data, or you best believe you better be saving that joint. Don't be out here watching Netflix and you got a 32 gigabyte plan or 32 millibyte plan. I'm exaggerating, but Save your either get you a unlimited data package, which may be costly, or get something that don't cost that much, but save your Wi-Fi, save your data. I mean, when you get in the area that's free Wi-Fi, use it. Now, keep in mind, certain places that got free Wi-Fi will have unsecured networks, so you definitely don't want nobody trying to hack your phone, or trying to sabotage anything to do with your phone. So, in other words, don't go to free Wi-Fi and pay your car note with your credit card. You don't want to shoot that in the atmosphere while you're on free Wi-Fi. I suggest that right there to wait till you get home and use that's another thing, using your home Wi-Fi. If you're at home, you're in the house, let's say you got the big slam package with the, you got the optimum, whatever, high-speed Wi-Fi you got, and you got your cable service and all that, and you don't have a data package, turn them bad boys off. Turn that stuff off and use your own Wi-Fi when you're home. That way you're not losing out and losing all that money like that. Knowing what I know now, I was spending about $200 a month for my phones. Yeah, I got additional lines and stuff like that, but you know what? That's too much. Too much. You figure you got your cell phone and your house phone. Why? It's my recommendation. Now, I haven't even followed my own recommendation yet, but I'm gearing you up to go down the road I'm going. If you don't really need a house phone, and you ain't got these crazy creeps calling you every 5 minutes talking about you owe them $1 million or whatever the hell like that, your bill collectors and stuff, then cancel that phone service. Get rid of the landline. Now, I mean by get rid of it, don't throw it away. Keep a landline phone. You should keep that for survival. Always have you a landline phone, but you don't have to have it connected. Just have your cell phone service. Let that be your everything phone. It's probably better that way anyway, because now when people need to reach you, they're going to reach you, because that's the only way to catch you is through the cell phone. I'm going to get to the con with that too, though. But yeah, you have your cell phone as your only phone. Turn the regular phone off, and just keep your cable, your internet, and your cell phone. That's it. They'll probably give you some sort of deal, whatever, to take all that off. They probably will. Hell, wait, nowadays, I know some people that don't have no house phone or no cable. They got the, what you would call it? Oh man. Trying to think here. They have nothing. I mean, they have none. They don't have the, oh gosh, I'm going to get a brain fart right here. They don't have the internet. They have the internet service, no house phone, just a cell phone. And maybe, no, that's it. But they may get this thing called what is that damn thing called? Is it the Roku? It looks like a flash drive. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna be going crazy. Click into the TV and you can see movies and all this other junk like that. A lot of people have those. It looks like a flash drive, but it's not a flash drive. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. Some people have that, so they can watch TV and movies and all that stuff like that. So, let's say you got one of those gadgets, got your cell phone going. Hey, I can't tell you nothing. Look how much money you saved. Now you're not spending $200 a month for your phone. We ain't spending another $200 a month for your for your cable. And yeah, you solving most of the problems right there. Good. But we parents out here, we gotta teach our kids to be able to survive without tech. They know how to use tech, for sure, but we gotta teach them how to survive without it. Like if we ever got hit with some kind of, what do they call this strike that they're talking about before? I cannot think of the name of it. but I can describe it to you. If basically we were to get attacked where our electricity was knocked out, and basically the satellites couldn't communicate with things. So now your cell phones is done. You got a little taste of that in 9/11, because nothing worked unless you had a landline phone. That's it. And if the person that you trying to get to don't have a landline phone, then that would be it. That's the problem right there. So, like I said before earlier, keep you a landline phone. So you gotta learn how to survive without having cell phones. If they went down, you need to know what to do. Beepers, I don't believe they have beepers anymore. But I'm gonna tell you a little secret. Not even a real secret. This is just some survival. If you can get your hands on some alphanumeric pages where you can text type and get a little, probably $10 a month service. I don't know what they charge for them things now. They probably damn near nothing. If they even still make them. You can communicate probably through those. But if the satellites are down, I think it would affect that too. So you'd be out of luck with that too. So that brings me to this then. You need to set up some sort of contingency plan where, listen, I haven't heard from daddy. I haven't heard from mommy. I haven't heard from whoever. They told me if I don't hear from them at a certain time, then this is where I'm supposed to go. You need to have somewhere to go and a point of contact, probably that person wherever your kids are going to, and keep some things around. Like keep you some water. Actually, if you don't have a case of water in your car right now, you're already wrong. I'm wrong right now. I don't have one. I'm just saying. I'm gonna rectify that for sure. You should, at a minimum, have a case of water in your car. Every car that you own or drive around in should have a case of water, to a bare minimum. And then besides the case of water, you should have MREs or meals ready to eat. Now, they may not be able to be so accessible because the army, the military has those things. But if you can't find them so readily, then go to sporting goods stores, somewhere like REI, or for you lower Manhattan people, Tent Trails. Tent Trails still exists. You get some stuff from them. And maybe Dick's Sporting Goods, but I recommend REI. REI's definitely got all that stuff. Took my daughter there. We got a whole kit, field ration kit, something like that. And then she also has a sleeping bag, flashlight, and stuff like that. Anything you need, you can get from a store like that. And you also got rangerjoes.com. I don't know if they just give it to anybody in the public. I believe they do. But when I shopped with them, I was in the service. But either way, they've got survival gear for sure. They got everything. They got like the things like this, fleece things that you can wear on a day that's not so cold, whatever. You just want to stay a little warm. You don't feel like wearing a whole coat. I hate wearing coats. Although I have coat, I don't like to be all clustered up. So you got things like that. You should keep in your car, besides the water, definitely some fleece blankets, pillows. You should have a fleece sweaters somewhere, if not the sweat. Oh yeah. If you don't have the sweaters, then at least have the blankets. Even one will do you well, but more importantly is it the fact that you have fleece, because that's gonna keep you won't be so cold if you're somewhere where you don't have electricity and all that. Because if you ain't got electricity, you're gonna be cold. God forbid that happens in the wintertime, something like that, or even the summer too can still be bad, because you ain't gonna have no air conditioning and stuff like that. You're gonna be out here in the full heat. Yeah, that's about it. That's about all I got on technology. I mean, a lot of other things than that, you see it every day. Like, I happen to have a disc player in both my vehicles. But they're going to get rid of that soon. You're not going to see a disc player no more. You're going to only see Bluetooth, and they may put XM radio. They're starting to put XM radio in almost everything now. It's got XM radio. So get used to seeing XM radio, and probably soon Bluetooth with little connections where you can hook up your phone or whatever. I don't have that connection on this vehicle, but I drove a vehicle when I was in LA that had my whole display that goes on the phone. That's a text message display, whatever. That's the front of my phone. So whatever capability I had on the phone, it transferred to the car. So I could sit here in my car and be texting, which I ain't supposed to. And I only did it like if I was parked. With text, and you can make the phone call from there. You go in your contacts, press the button, whoever you want to call like that. It was good. It was cool. So now we're looking at, let me see, where are we at in technology nowadays? Fingerprinting and face recognition. You got all that now on the phones. I don't approve of those things because I feel like as if that's something for, to have the opposition check us out and know where we at all times and know exactly who we are and compare, now 2019 how I look to 1999 how I looked. Just so when they catch me, they make sure it's me. That type of thing. But anyway, I think I went off the deep end. But hopefully you have a better understanding of how technology is hurting us, but it's also helping us. But more importantly, we want it to help us, and we want to spread the good word to the next generation that technology is a great thing, but let's not feel like we can't live without it. Let's learn how to live without it so we can learn to appreciate living with it. And that's my time for now.